Hello and welcome back. In this session, we will see how to start the entire setup. In the previous session, we have seen how Appium is set up on a Windows platform. In this session, we will see how to start the entire setup using command prompt. First thing is open up a command prompt and type Appium. Okay, so let us open up first command prompt and type Appium. So this is the first step. And you should get this welcome to Appium, and then Appium REST HTTP interface listener has started on this particular host and this particular port. That means your Appium server is running successfully on this particular machine. Okay, the second thing is open up the Android Studio and go to AVD Manager and start the Android virtual device which we have created earlier. Okay, for that you can go to Android Studio, go to AVD Manager and click on the virtual device which we have created earlier and click on Run or Launch. This we have seen in the earlier video also. Once the virtual device is launched, so you can close this Android Virtual Device Manager as well as your Android Studio. Okay, so this is one way of launching the Android virtual device. The other way is, let me close this first. The other way is you go to your Android SDK folder. Inside Android SDK there is something called emulator. So go to this emulator folder and open up a command prompt from here and type in emulator. So there is a emulator.exe here. Okay, emulator -avd and Tech-Trainer Raj. So this is our Android virtual device name which we have given or which we have created earlier. Okay, hit enter and this should also open up Android virtual device. Okay, so this is another way of doing it. Okay, so let me close this. Instead of giving emulator-avd Tech-Trainer Raj, we can also provide emulator at Tech-Trainer Raj. So this will also do the same thing. So this will also open up the Android virtual device. Okay, so let me minimize this. As a third step, we need to have this UI Automator Viewer, because whatever is available on this particular Android device, before we start coding, we need to get a snapshot of the application which we are trying to test. Okay, so for that what I will do is I need to go to again Android SDK and under tools folder go to bin folder. From here open up another command prompt and run this UI Automator Viewer bat file. UI Automator Viewer bat file. Okay, so this will open up your UI Automator Viewer. So this will help you to get the snapshot of whatever the application which we are testing on this particular virtual device. Say for example, I open up calculator here. If I need to click on any of these buttons, for example 1, 5, 6 and delete, divide, multiply, so these are all the buttons. So in order to click on these buttons, I need to know where exactly on this particular screen these buttons are located. So to find out the location of these buttons, we cannot get it from your Android device. For that, we need to use this UI Automator viewer. So before we get into the actual buttons which we are going to click, so we need to get a snapshot of whatever is available on this particular screen. Okay, so click on this icon here. Okay, so this is the exact snapshot of whatever is on the screen. You can also save this particular screenshot. So let me save this on to desktop. Okay, and if you hover over certain buttons, so you will get the details of that particular button or properties of that particular button. And based on the location strategy, we can perform operations on these buttons, which we will see in the next session. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.